Yo guys, Barcelona 2, Athletic Bilbao 0. Barcelona could beat Athletic Bilbao in Saudi Arabia in Spanish Super Cup semi-final. Now Barcelona is in the final waiting for Real Madrid Mallorca match. Are we going to see a El Clasico in the final? We hope. We hope also Real Madrid wins it, and we could see a El Clasico in the final, which is gonna be amazing. I will have a special program for that, pre-game for it. But before this, today we want to analyze the Barcelona Athletic Bilbao match. Barcelona played a well-done match from Hansi Flick players, and it was kind of predictable because of two reasons. First, Barcelona had more time to rest, and second, Barcelona, because when Barcelona rests more, and because also they are playing in very physical, it is important that they can rest more. And when you rest more, you can play more physical, you can press more, and this is completely obvious that you will get better result. In the beginning of the season, why Barcelona was so good? Because Barcelona did rest completely, no problem. And in the beginning of the season, they pressed every team. They beat Bayern, they beat Real Madrid, they beat so many good teams. But after it, they just stopped the performance they had. But tonight they showed that they can repeat it what they did before. Okay, let's start with let's go for Barcelona Athletic analysis. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Athletic Bilbao 0, Barcelona 2. Also, there is a point about Athletic Bilbao that they made a less expected goal, less chances, like almost 2.5 for Barcelona and 77 for Athletic Bilbao, which is not even one goal. But Athletic Bilbao, after 60 minutes, when Nico Williams comes in, he changed the game. Sunset and Nico Williams was two most important players in Athletic Bilbao, which they missed, and that was very important. This is why in a first 16 minutes, Athletic Bilbao looks like a team that even if they play for another 5 days, they will not be able to score. But after the substitutions, they just come back and they showed that they have a quality, but unfortunately because of the injuries that their players had, they couldn't play as they want, and they don't have a squad, a top squad that when they do a substitution they could change a game. So when you have injury, it's so difficult to play against a team like Barcelona that they did rest. They were so ready, and they were ready to do press and everything. Also, like as you can see, the position 56 for Barcelona, 44 for Athletic Bilbao, goal attempts 14 to 10, shoots on a goal it's 8 to 5, and rest, I wanna just mention this part. Big chances for Barcelona it's 7, and for Athletic Bilbao it's 2. And we need to remember that Athletic Bilbao scored 2 goals by offside. It was this game. It reminds me the Real Madrid Barcelona game also, that Mbappe scores and it was all offside. This is actually a crazy match. Like it's, I don't know, like it's uncountable how many goals this season the opponents of the Barcelona they scored, but it didn't count because they are putting them in an offside trap. They had 2 big chances, they had 2 another chances that they scored, but it was offside. And for Barcelona, they had 7 big chances. Generally, Barcelona don't have 7 in a game, but they had. And it is more interesting when you understand that they just scored 2 out of 7. 2 out of 7 big chances. That's not a good number. That's not a good number actually. But because Barcelona, like a player like Lewandowski, a player like Rafinha and Yamal, they has to use the chances better. Now let's go to lineup, because I wanna mostly talk about the lineup, about what Barcelona did and what Athletic Bilbao didn't. Here, as you can see, the goalkeeper of Barcelona, Iñaki Peña, didn't play, and instead of him, Szczesny did play because Iñaki Peña got late to the training, so Hansi Flick tried to punish him, so he preferred Szczesny over Peña, and actually Szczesny showed a solid performance, which was a hats off for him. In the defending part, Kobarsi, Martinez, Balde and Kunde, they were playing. I think in general the blocks, the defenders, they blocked very well, but they had a bad player, which was Inigo Martinez. He did his job the best, and he was the weakest point of the Barcelona, which when Athletic Bilbao tried to attack in, they were just trying to get in a way where Martinez in, because he makes a space that like Williams can get in, or Gomez. So he was a weakness point of Barcelona in defending. In the midfielder part, Casado, he did what he has to do, not more, not less. He's getting ball, he's trying to get the ball back and give the ball to Pedri and Gavi trying to make it chances and score goals, which Gavi did it. Gavi, after the injury he had last year, and for almost like 1 year he didn't play, this was the first time after he is coming back from injury that he played well. Like before this, he was not good at all, but today he come back to show solid performance. He scored the goal, and he was important in the midfielder and for passing the balls between the Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. So he was very important. And we go one step forward. Yamal and Rafinha. Yamal, we heard that he has an injury, maybe he doesn't play, but he did play, and they made a substitution because he had an injury, and it was better to do not risk it and play completely. But Yamal and also Rafinha, they were not in their best time, they were not in their prime time, but they were good enough. They were a point which makes difference for Barcelona. The Athletic Bilbao defenders, they make busy, when they are coming, they are making busy, and they do their effects on the defending. Like Leque or Parades, he was so busy with Rafinha, and this is make a chance for Gavi that more attack him, and even he could score a goal. And for Yamal the same. Bechiche, he was so trying to get him and block the Yamal, and he kind of did it, except in one point when Yamal scored the goal. So I think it was a clever and smart idea to play Yamal over any other player, because if he also we know that Olmo cannot play, so they had not, Flick doesn't have a lot of options to choose over Yamal. So I think it was a clever idea. He comes in, he did his job, and he left the game. And at the end, I want to talk about from Barcelona about Robert Lewandowski. It's weird that since he's joining Barcelona, barely I remember a good performance, he do a good expected performance from himself in an important match, in an important times. Today he was not also a good performance. He just did what he wants to do, so we can just accept it and pass it from Lewandowski. After Lewandowski, in the Athletic Bilbao teams, I want to talk only about Unai Simon. He conceded 2 goals, but he saved a lot of chances from Barcelona. Barcelona wingers, attackers, they were not also so careful with the shoots. They missed a lot of shots, but still Unai Simon showed a good performance. For sure, if Unai Simon wasn't exist, for sure Athletic Bilbao would find the problems. But I think for Athletic Bilbao, as I told you before, if they had Nico Williams and the other players that they had, I think they could be, game changing for them. Like, as you can see, for Athletic Bilbao, Nico Williams comes in, Vesca comes in, De Marco, Serena, Diallo. But for Barcelona, they had the better substitutions, and also the first 11 for Barcelona was far way better than Athletic Bilbao. And at the end of this point, I want to talk about this man, Frenkie de Jong. He was the worst player of the match for Barcelona. After he comes in, Athletic Bilbao score goal, offside goal, which Frenkie de Jong gives the assist, but he was so lucky because it touched one of the Athletic Bilbao players, so luckily he just saved, but still he was not good at all. I think this season is gonna be the last season of the Frenkie de Jong. There's not a lot of chances about him to see him next year, because also previously we always remember that Laporta wants to sell him. So this season, especially after almost problem with registration and they need a lot of money, so I think it makes sense that they're going to sell Frenkie de Jong. And let's go for I think it's over. I just want to now talk about a point about my idea about the final. Tomorrow Real Madrid going to play against Mallorca. It's an important match. It's gonna be choose which team going to play against Barcelona. If Real Madrid wins, it's gonna be a Real Madrid Barcelona El Clasico, a wonderful game. But if Mallorca wins, we are going to see a Mallorca Barcelona match, which is, I think it's not gonna be so difficult for Barcelona. But we have to wait to see what's gonna be the result. Thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. This is helping me a lot. See you next time. Ciao ciao.